Hello there, my name's Tracy Elsom. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Canada. Today I want to do a very quick Christmas card for you, but with a bit of a twist. It's going to be just basically black and white with a tiny little bit of colour in the end. I'm going to use two stamp sets to do this particular card, both from the 2017-2018 annual catalogue from Stampin' Up! First of all, I'm going to use Christmas Pines. I'm using this image there. It's the sentiment, Tidings of Comfort and Joy. The stamps are in fact much bigger than they appear on the actual sleeve of the case, much bigger, but it's a lovely sentiment. It's a lovely set with pine cones and branches. The second stamp set is called Hollyberry Happiness. I'm going to be using this holly leaf here and the outline of the berries. It also has a punch that you can get that coordinates with it called the Hollyberry Builder Punch, and that will punch out my leaves and my berries so that I don't have to fussy cut them, which is quite nice. Okay, so we're going to start with, unusually, as I said, black and white. So we have a piece of black card here. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I've just sharpened the crease with my bone folder. Now I want to put some silver glimmer paper on the front of this, but I'm a bit of a stinge, so I'm not going to use all of that, just for the front. So what I'm going to do is bring in my Big Shot and my magnetic platform, just get everything out of the way, and put my glimmer paper down on there. And what I have here is one of the framelits from the Layering Squares framelits. It's number 7, which means it's starting from the smallest and then counting upwards. It's the 7th one in the set, and that then gives me my glimmer paper with a hole cut out of the middle. Oops. So there we go. So that's that. What I'm going to do is very quickly use a bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, Tombow, just around the outside. You don't need a lot of this glue. It is very strong, but I like it because it gives me a chance to move things around once I put it down, just for a second or two, just to make sure everything's where I want it to be. So that looks a bit odd at the moment, but it'll look fine once we're finished. Next I'm going to bring in some Designer Series paper. This is from the Merry Music Specialty Designer Series paper pack. Bit of a mouthful. It's in the 2017 holiday catalogue, which demonstrators are able to order from right away. Customers will be able to order from this catalogue starting on September 1st. And I think I'm going to have it... Which way up should we have it? I think we will have it that way up. Okay, before I actually attach that to the card, I'm going to put a piece of ribbon across the front. I'll use a few mini glue dots just to do that. So bring out my mini glue dots, my paper piercer, and they're in here somewhere. There they are. So I'm going to put one mini glue dot just there, and one on each end. Very sticky. And I'm just using my paper piercer to hold them in place while I do that. Okay, so let's put it about here. There we go. I actually want that to sit nicely on that paper. It's not a thick paper. It's a specialty paper in as much as it is much thinner than normal Designer Series paper. So you get 24 sheets in a pack, 12 by 12 sheets rather than the normal 12. Okay, so now we have that done, I can put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that. Because it's going on to glimmer paper. It does mean that it needs that little bit of extra help to stick. It has kind of wants to let go of the glitter, so let's go for it. You can see the other side of that paper is, again, it's music. All the designs in the Merry Music Specialty Designer Series paper pack, as you can imagine, are all music. They're all Christmas songs with music, or they are, like the other side of this paper, just notes and musical symbols. So let's get this in the centre, make sure it's where I want it to be, stick that down, there we go. So there's my Designer Series paper. Okay, so that's done. The next job is to do my sentiment, and for that I have a piece of Whisper white card, and I have the Tidings of Comfort and Joy sentiment, so I'm just going to ink that up. This is a basic black archival ink pad, so it takes a little bit more effort to get the ink onto the stamp than you would normally have to put with the firm foam. There we go, beautiful. Right, so with that done, I want to cut that out, so I'm going to bring my Big Shot back in again, put my sentiment down, and I'm going to use the slightly smaller number 6 die from the Layering Squares frame. Let's run it through. Cracking and groaning is perfectly normal. Shows me that the die is being pushed into the card, so we'll take that out. Okay, so now we have that square of silver paper that we took out of the background. You can't tell anymore, and we're just going to flip this over and put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that. Put that down in the centre. Press that into place. Some more dimensionals on the back of the glimmer paper. Into place on the front of my card. Okay, it's a lovely card just as it is, but I think we'll add a little bit more colour to it. So I have what's left of my Whisper white card there. I'm bringing in my basic black again, and I have the small holly leaf from the Holly Berry Happiness stamp set. I'm going to stamp 2 of those, and I'm also going to stamp one of the berries. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to bring in an old olive and a real red Stampin' Right marker. In the holiday catalogue, we've actually got these 2 markers available as a set. It's just 2 pens in the set rather than having to buy the whole pack of Brights pens. They work out a little bit more expensive doing that, but if you already have the Brights, you just need, you've been using your real red and your old olive a lot and you'd like to replace them, it's a good opportunity to do that. Now you can see I'm not going absolutely to the edge with each of those. It's quite nice if you leave a little bit of a gap. Okay, so on my punch I have actually marked how to line these up. With the holly leaves, both of the holly leaves, the small one and the large one, has some like hashes marks there, and I've marked on here which side the hashes have to go to. And with the holly berries, there's one berry where you can see the whole circle, and that one is this one here. So I can actually get my stamps images into my punch and get it lined up very quickly. So here we go. Hashes to the hashes. There's one. There's two. And a bit of a waste of card, but there we go. Just show you how that works. The large circle, the large holly berry, the whole one sits where that little spot is. And somewhere around here I have some holly berries. There we are. Okay, so let's get these attached. I'm going to use a tiny spot of multi-purpose liquid glue just to hold these in place. It doesn't lead a lot, as I said, it's very strong. So there's my two holly leaves. And in fact, I think instead of using these punched, I think I shall use an enamel dot, just because I can. So there we are, there's the berries with the enamel dot. And the question is, do I add another one? Yes, no, yeah, let's go for it. Let's put a couple of small ones on as well, just because we can. Now, that really does brighten things up. Okay, so that just leaves the inside of the card to do. So for that, what I'm going to do is just simply stamp the holly and the berries. And I'm going to do the same on the flap of a Whisper White envelope. And then use my Stampin' Right markers to colour them in again. That one. I'll just use a little bit of Tombow glue on the back of this, and this is really because it's a dark coloured base and you need something to be able to write on. But I also always like to line my cards. I think it just adds an extra touch to show that you've really paid some attention to the design and that it's something special. Finally, we'll just colour in these leaves. The berries. And there we go. There's a Christmas card. Slightly unusual colours, but I actually think that looks quite stunning. Someone will love to get that card. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.